Hi, my name is Vladimir Meza, and I'm reviewing the book The Victory Lab: The Secret Science of Winning Campaigns by Sasha Eisenberg. Before I start, who is Sasha Eisenberg? If you need a picture, this is what the author looks like. Besides that, he's an American um, journalist who specifically writes about politics, and he's been featured in, the Boston Globe, the New York Times, the Atlantic, and the list can go on. With that said, what is this book all about? To put it shortly, it is like a collection of studies that have been done using, randomized testing methods, as well as, some behavioral science methods as well. In the earlier stages of this book, you get examples of, Harold Gosnell using a postcard experiment, which aimed to measure the effectiveness of a postcard by using different appeals written on each one of them and then sending them out to individual voters, um, and then recording the results when they would get back. And then as you go along in the book, in the later chapters, he looks at, the inner workings of, the campaigns of, Obama and George W. Bush, and how they use these methods and these tests to do something called micro-targeting. This is really interesting because, the Bush campaign used this to examine certain behavioral traits, such as what did people buy, where they went to worship, what they drank. And by doing so, this gave the Bush campaign, the ability to locate what Eisenberg called the Bush voters within Democratic neighborhoods. Um, and because of this, they were able to, focus more on these voters and push them to turn out more during the election day. And Eisenberg says that, this is, credited to Bush's, win in 2004. Similarly to the Bush's campaign, the Obama campaign used, a lot of data and a lot of information that they had about like the voters. Specifically, one thing that stuck out to me was they looked at which 17-year-olds would be turning 18 by November, and using this specific information, the Obama campaign was able to place ads along bus routes in an effort to target this young demographic, to come out during the vote in 2008. That said, would I recommend this book to other people? If you're really interested in, research and political science and, just like campaigns in general, then yeah, then read this book. But if not, then I don't suggest reading it. Sometimes it can get pretty dull and pretty boring, especially in the beginning. Like the first 100 or so pages is just dull. It's just about history, basically. Um, and it can get pretty boring. Besides that, I think the author, what he might do in the next book, he might be writing about, the Trump campaign and how, like these behavioral studies that, that are in this book can relate to that campaign and how they were able to turn out so many more people than, Hillary Clinton. And he was able to win the vote. Besides that, hope you guys enjoyed your day and hope you enjoyed this. And yeah, The Victory Lab: The Secret Science of Winning Campaigns by Sasha Eisenberg.